Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. All right, guys, today we are going to be continuing on with our journey, revisiting slash rewatching, recapping, whatever you want to call it, The Wire Season 5, episode number 9. Okay. Ooh, we are getting down to it. Sorry, I just messed up my mic a little bit. We're getting down to the wire. Pun intended. All right. As you can see going across the screen is the quote of the episode. Deserve got nothing to do with it. One thing, hey Rillo, one thing that I've noticed about The Wire as I've watched, a lot of the times the people that get offed um in that episode, they a lot of times have a quote. Okay. We did not see that for what is his name? For Omar, but I've seen it for a couple of others. So anyway, all right, guys. Oh, we got one more episode, Brills. So let me say hi to my people before I get my partner up in here. What's up, Marlon Easton, Brillo, the Big Review, RD, Rashonda Greer, Renee Hicks, and RC. What's up? It took me a while because I did a lot of stop and go, Brillo. I would have been done with this by now. Are you ready? All right, let me bring in the hammer. What's up, girl? You're on mute.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, our love? You've been missing in action, baby. We almost done. You coming in at the end. All right. So I'm hungry, guys. I'm sorry. I picked up another assignment, so I'm gonna be working 2 jobs for the next 3 months. So I'm gonna be snacking tonight. I'm sorry. I'm freaking hungry. All right, I'm trying to multitask and do everything that I can. Okay. Let's get into this episode. So while Moochie is gonna be saying whatever she says when I do call on her, I'm gonna be snacking. Okay, so don't get upset when you see a sister chewing. Okay,
You making me want to get something to snack on. I got some pistachios in here. Hold on.
oh well, you better hurry up, girl. Let me start this. Go ahead, you can go on. All right, guys. So, as we could see, right, Freeman and his team are still on Marlo's detail, and this time they are led right to the shipment, right, aka the freaking supply. Okay, and so uh Freeman is like, screw the re-up. Okay, this is a resupply, and I'm just like, dag, they really went in over. I mean, they really listen, when Freeman said I only need 2 weeks, this and the third, I mean, he wasn't really wrong. It's just that he didn't have everything he needed.
He wasn't BSing them.
Right. He wasn't BSing. He just didn't have what he needed. Cause he cracked this thing like, whew, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get back to all of this that's going on, but it's going down.
And I'll get back with it when you ready.
Okay. So
Because I like Freeman in this episode. He was
yeah,
good.
me too. Yes.
Just
So
the
we
police work
definitely
thing.
yes indeed. So now we have Snoop and she's in the office with Levy and with this kid right here, right? And he's who they found to take the charge for the gun that they found in the glove compartment, right? She tells him that he's no good to them anyway. And I'm like, this chick Snoop, listen, she got on my nerves a little bit this episode.
She was too cocky.
Yeah, I feel like she added her own 2 cents into too many things, and especially we're gonna talk about that later on too. But it's like, I'm pretty sure nobody told you to tell this guy all of that. Who do you think you are telling him that you know good to us anyway? Nobody told you to know. Like, would you? Nobody asked you. And Herc is sitting back watching, like, yo, this is like, in the
He's
what did he
actually
say?
seeing the other side of the crime.
Yes, he was saying in the what did he call it? Did he say he didn't say the force, right? What did he say?
He was
In my line of work, he said
in
something
my
like,
line of work,
yeah,
he was saying you get to pick your next job and they'll
right,
take care of you. You on light duty to this and that. He was just giving a breakdown.
right. And then what? Yes, I'm sorry. What's his name said?
What up, young boy?
Marlo runs a tighter ship. What's up, young boy? Long time no see. So yeah, girl, I was like, this is a daggone shame. He wasn't trying to bite his tongue either. I wouldn't bite my tongue either. Shoot, I'm over here about to do it. I'm about to do some time for y'all. Like, get the heck out of here.
You know?
And she said, why don't you go over work over at Walmart and see if they're going to take care of you?
I like when you do her voice.
See if they gonna take care of you. I'm like, girl, you
Yeah,
take
you
freaking charge. Why?
say the part where you be acting stupid.
Yeah, you know I can't say that part.
No, I just want you to be like, you be acting all stupid.
Stupid. Anyway, let's sitting there.
I'm sorry.
You hear the man talk to you, standing there looking cute. I'm like, that girl's crazy. Okay, so let's go, guys, because she got me acting up already.
No,
Now,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. So we also see that Gus, he meets up with this guy, like an old colleague, and his name is Robert Ruby, which is pretty cool, right? And he tells him that he needs a favor, which consists of keeping an eye on Scott. Listen, he was definitely on one in a good way to me. I liked what he was on this episode. Gus, he was not playing like, I'm tired of this guy. We got to get to the bottom of this. So, Muji, did you have any, just staying right here, right? Did you have anything? Oh no, here we go. Hold on. First, because that dude didn't waste no time. Robert, he came up in there when he got to the sun, he got right to freaking work. Okay. And he goes up to this guy and he says, I need you to print out he said, I need a global printout on everything under Scott Templeton's byline. So I was like, dag, he didn't waste no time. I mean, listen, Gus obviously has a good reputation because he got a lot of like pull and a lot of connections, and he's a good guy. So obviously people don't have a problem with doing things for him, right? Doing a favor. So did you want to say anything about this part? Mm-hmm.
Gus got connections everywhere.
Yeah.
Gus know people. He got connections with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Now we finding out like he really gonna track down Templeton's work and see if it's creditable. And it just needed to be done a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's sad because no one else is doing it because them other dudes, the butt sniffers,
they sniffing his booty.
Yo, they over here trying to get this man a police. Let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes. Oh my gosh.
I'm not responsible for that.
Woo! No. That's not a spoiler because that's on this
I know
episode.
You would have been like, Moochie, we're not there. Yeah, you told me to stay here, so I'm trying to look.
So I mean, it's just we're gonna move on. We're gonna move the freak on because I can't with this guy. All right, but we also see that meanwhile, Dozerman and this other dude, the black guy, I didn't know his name, right? Another officer, they're still watching the shipment, and the folks are turning up, right? They're turning up on site. So we see Cheese and his crew coming up. We already see that Chris is there and he's talking to the guys, right? To the Greeks or whatever. That's the, so yeah, it's like really, it's in full effect right now. They are caught. Okay, they are literally being watched. So now we also have Carcetti's little lackey. I still never got his name. That white guy that kind of does his dirty work, and also I feel like he also gives him bad advice. He gives Carcetti bad advice, right? So he is telling Rawls and Daniels that they need, my boss, aka Thomas Carcetti, he needs the stats for crime to go up, right? He needs not go up, down. He needs the crime rate to go down, and they need it ASAP, like not later or nothing like that. They need it in the next quarter. It needs to be down by 10%, right? And since that's not possible, you already know, guys, that they're going to have to start juking stats again. And of course, this pisses Daniels off because he's an upright type of guy. He's not here for that. Okay. But the dude, before he leaves, he tells them to be creative. So you already know what the heck that means. Be creative.
That means juke the stats.
Yep.
This is totally what he's against. This is why he wanted to take the job, because he wanted to stop this nonsense.
Yep. And the thing is, in this moment right here, Daniels actually reminds him of that. Like, we was trying to do real police work, do all the things that we needed to do so that we could actually reduce crime for real. And he's like, what did he say? Who pulled your yo, there was a word he used, yo. I forgot, it was something the guy said to him. And that's when Daniels had to remind him, I was promised these things. He didn't say who yanked your chain, but he said something sarcastic. And I was just like, ooh, he looked like he trying to be a little, trying to get a little flip with the lip and all of that stuff. But he's like, I understand what you were promised and all that, but we need these things now. And it's not saying that we're not gonna come through on those promises, either through City Hall, or if not in City Hall, then in uh, what's that other place they always talk about? Not does it start with an A? Annapolis. He said either in City Hall or in Annapolis. And it's like, well, ain't nobody trying to wait for you to be governor to make these situations better. You know what I'm saying? Or make these problems go away. Like, it's just too much with Carcetti at this point. He's such a freaking disappointment.
Carcetti did a bait and switch once he got in there.
Yeah. It's a disappointment, guys. It really is. So now here we go. I want to hear what you have to say about this scene. So now we got Freeman coming, and he said that what's up, Detroit? He said that he has to tell he was telling Sidner, I gotta go fess up, right? But he ain't really go fess up. You know what I'm saying? I kind of appreciate that though. Like, he didn't talk about the whole homeless thing. He didn't tell what they really had to do to get this stuff done. Okay. But he went in there like, listen, okay, like he said, he said that this is what we've been up to, right? We wrapped up the Clay Davis case a little early, and so we used the extra weeks to chase Marlo again, right? Mm-hmm. Did a little wire situation or whatever. He tells Daniels that he needs teams to arrest Marlo, Cheese, and Chris, right? And Freeman also tells Daniels that they will need an S&S warrant on a Middle River warehouse, right? So meanwhile, Sidna caught up with Monk, who was riding dirty with 8 freaking keys. I mean, this is a phone call that he's getting while he's breaking this stuff down to Daniels. Go ahead, Moochie, tell me what you thought about this.
I liked it. At first, I was like, this is going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be all right. It's going to go through. And Daniel's going to look good.
All right.
So he's going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed like he was happy at that moment.
He did,
like,
yes.
He was like, yo, all right. I just came out the mayor's office and you telling me you got this in?
Yes. It was all like right. A mood. It was like it helped pick up his mood because he was not that was not a good place he was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was like, is there anything else you want to, keep me up with? What did he say? What did he say? Anything you want to update me with, detective? But he said it in a way like he was pleased though. Like, oh, you've been up to some stuff, but you've been up to something good, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's like, no, you're all caught up. So I was thinking when he told Sidner that he's about to go fess up, that he was really going to go lay it all down. He did not, which I respect that. No, of course he can't. He can't. Because obviously, there'd be a lot of trouble. So anyway, I was glad he didn't do that. All right. So now, guys, the stuff done hit the freaking fan. Okay. Like, it's so much going on that I had to capture everything. I was like, this is a lot going on here. Okay. So the whole squad comes out, right? Full force. They come out. Next thing you know, everybody is arrested except for Snoop, who's watching the bus on the news. All right. And then you got the dude saying, does this mean I still got to take that charge for y'all? Like, he like, this is my opportunity to get the heck out of here. You muted.
Technically, he don't have to take the charge because they got Chris. Mm-hmm. He was taking the charge for Chris.
Mm-hmm. So, this is a shame. Okay, so anyway, where am I going? Oh yeah, so now Carcetti. Oh, first I want to go back a little bit because I had a picture and I took it out, and it was with, what is his name? Bunk. Did you see that Bunk? How he had the cigar in his mouth when he had Chris on the ground like that, and he had the cigar. He looked so happy, so pleased. Like, that's right, real police work. Are you trying to say something?
I was saying he got him. Mm-hmm. That's what he's happy about. Like you stuck. I got DNA. So
yes.
done.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's see where else we're at. So now I just want to mention real quick that this dude is such a freaking liar now. Like he's a liar. Like he's over here talking about some, oh, and we didn't forget about the vacant house markings, I'll call them, right? Oh, we didn't forget about that because that's what we do. We're not going to let anything, we're not going to let anything go. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, guys, because I don't got time to remember everything they freaking said. But the point is, this dude is lying, knowing daggone well he pulled everybody off them daggone murkings, them vacant house killings. He took them off of that because they didn't have no freaking money. So now, of course, because his job is to try to look good to run for mayor, that's what he's doing.
Run for governor.
I mean, governor, sorry, of course, right. So I'm just very annoyed with him. And I'm trying not to have my snacks because I'm continuing to move on. I gotta wait to a part where Moochie goes and she probably gonna go on a small little rant. Yeah, because I know I got a rant coming. All right, but anyway, let's see where we at. Yeah, here it go. My rant is coming. So, bear with a sister, y'all. And then Moochie, you guys, it's a tag team, girl. I'm gonna pass you the baton. So right, the guys are in lockup, right? And they're discussing how they got in this situation, right? The documents are reporting information received, right? So that means that somebody basically snitching. That's why they're looking at it. So there's a rat, right? Now, Marlo says, where did the information come from? Because the only people that knew anything are in here, right? So Cheese says, Snoop, no, right? And Chris is like, man, if you don't get the heck up out of here with that, right? He ain't say all that, but you know what I mean, right? But Chris wasn't, he wasn't trying to hear that. And neither was Marlo. Marlo, he didn't even pay no mind. He didn't even respond. So then you got Cheese bringing up, what's his name? Michael. Okay, like what about Michael? Like he probably ran his mouth and said something. Okay. And so then Marlo was like, well, he did get picked up, right? And then Chris says, nah, but I did that thing for him. So why would he talk about it and put himself in it? And so Marlo was like, well, maybe he act different in them rooms downtown, right? And so then that's when Monk brings up how Michael was crying about how Junebug and his people got lit up and crying about how Omar was in the street running his mouth. So this was I shouldn't have said that moment, right? Especially because of how Chris was looking at Monk, because Monk was talking too much because word never got back to Marlo about what Omar was doing in the streets. So this is the first time that Marlo is hearing about this, and Chris tries to stop Monk from talking, but Marlo wants to hear it. He's like, what did they say? Talk, mother lover, all of this stuff. What he said, he used my name in the street. He called me a punk. So Moochie, I'm just gonna let you say something about that part before I
come down and talk to you.
What?
He was saying he just needs to come down and talk to you. I'm like, why are you saying he was like, the best part, I thought you know what I thought you was gonna do tonight?
No, I'm gonna
thought you was gonna put my name is my name as scrolling at the bottom.
Oh no, I wasn't, because I got a problem with that, so that's why I didn't do it. Oh, okay. I got a problem with that. That's where my rant is coming.
That's where your rant is.
Yeah.
I feel like he did the right thing, because look at how many people you taking out. What, you gonna take this kid out now? Come on, you doing too much.
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
Bring too much attention to yourself. You don't even know for sure if this kid said anything. Like every last person you did, you didn't know for sure if they actually snitched. But just to be sure, let me take them out.
Just freaking ridiculous. So, he's going on and talking about, my name is in the street and all of this. And he said, you go tell anybody when we get out of here, you tell all the people you hit them corners and let everybody know that Marlo will step to anybody and all of this and that. And I'm just like, my guy, why are you going on and on about somebody that's dead? What the heck is it gonna do for you now? See how this dude has an ego problem, and he must have some type of low self-esteem or whatever, because sitting here going this hard about somebody saying something about you in the streets is really ridiculous to me. But this is the part that I'm pissed off about. He want to sit there talking about my name is my name. Okay, but guess what, guy? What the hell was you gonna do? You wasn't gonna do anything. What you was gonna
Thank
do?
you.
Send
You
send
wasn't
your
gonna do
goons?
anything. Chris was gonna do
Exactly. You was
anything
gonna send
for
your
something
goons,
else new.
right? Talking about let everybody know that I'll step to anybody. Barksdale, this one, that one, that one. Yeah, just like you stepped to Junebug, right? When you heard he was talking trash about you. Marlo is a straight punk, y'all. And I'm tired of all of these other people trying to make it seem like this guy is a straight G. My name is my name. Let me tell you how weak that ish is. My name is my name. A real gangster once said, my name is not my name. Okay? A real G once said that. Because why? It don't matter about my name. I don't need people to know my name because I'm really doing this out here and I'm doing it for real. And guess what? And Vondos is the number 2 guy. He's not even the top guy. But guess what? He's learning from the freaking best. Marlo needs to sit down. He's trash. I hate him. I'm glad that I watched this again. I didn't like him before. I don't like him now. I'm not changing my mind. He's a freaking punk. The only work that I saw him do was shooting a chick in the titties. It was a girl that he deleted. A freaking girl. This dude is a punk. And that is freaking that. All right? Are you happy? You got your rant, Art Love. Marlo is a punk. Don't ever. What Brillo? Don't you ever put this punk in the tournament of gangsters ever again. He needs his card revoked. He's a punk. There's no press factor in this nigga at all. None. He sends goons. And for what? Let me tell you something. Chris must got hella self-control because all I could see where Marlo got power is that he knows how to mind control people. Because to have Chris and
he's
Snoop,
a master manipulator.
Exactly. Because to have Chris and Snoop doing his dirty work and this dude don't even put in work himself, that's some master manipulating type of crap. That's a mind control crap right there.
He had all of them getting their hands dirty.
Yeah. That nigga is a master manipulator. He's a puppet master with his punk behind. Anyway, my name is my name. My name. I'm using the wrong accent for the wrong.
I caught it, but I didn't want to say nothing.
My name is my name.
My name is my name.
Please, yeah.
Not my name.
My name is not my name. Like, get out of here, bro. And killing people for fun. I kill people for fun. That's all it is with this guy. And he don't even do it.
Exactly.
He don't even do it. Ooh, I was so heated, ranting while I was freaking watching this today, guys. I was like, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
And he living off the credit. He living off street credit. He living off bodies that he ain't even get.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't take Omar out.
No.
But they living off the strength of that.
Exactly, RC. Avon put him in his place when he saw him in jail. Exactly. Then gonna say Avon's name talking about I step to anybody. You wasn't saying nothing. You wasn't talking like that when you saw Avon. And the only reason why you was trying to act like you was hard is because the dude was behind the glass. So get the heck out of here. And listen, when the security guard was saying what he was saying it with his chest like a man, he said, I'm not trying to step to you. Did he do anything? Did he lay the security guard out? No. He sent Chris and Snoop for a civilian.
Yep.
That's how much of a punk this guy is. Punk behind. Sorry, guys. I got some almonds in this freaking thing. It's going to be crunchy. Miss K having my name is my name moment. Talk to him. All right, okay, good. I want to hear more, RZ. Shoot, because I'm tired of this dude. Such a freaking weak person. All right, Muji, I think we finished with that one, right? So then Chris, right? The king say the king. Facts. You can't talk to nobody up in here unless you come through me first. That's real nigga stuff right there. Real G stuff. This dude is for play. Over here got these dumb people, dumb little soldiers. Somebody like Chris could have taken over this situation because he's smarter. He has more self-control. But something must be off with Chris for him to be following behind this guy right here. He got to have people that got low self-esteem or don't have nowhere to go as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think he got a low self-esteem, Chris, but I just couldn't
I'm talking
understand how
about
you
I'm talking about
following
all
this
his
man.
soldiers.
Yeah, but I still feel like Chris should have been in charge because he did most of the hard stuff.
Yeah, he let him talk to him, talking about what you know about what I need on my mind, mother effer. Like, let him talk to him like that and stuff. Man, please. Chris will beat the brakes off and the life out of him. Unbelievable. So anyway, Chris is changing the subject and he's like, listen, I can't see the boy snitching, right? I don't see Michael snitching. And Marlo says, neither do I, but are you willing to bet your future on that? So here we go again with this dude. Just deleting people because, like, just in case I'm gonna delete you, it doesn't matter, whatever. It doesn't matter to him. So
But they got DNA. You know who pissed me off in this whole scene? Cheese. Because he's the one that
he was
started,
instigating.
somebody talking.
Yeah.
And
Hold
he don't
on.
even understand the paperwork he reading. He don't understand none of the paperwork he reading. What that mean? Somebody talking? He didn't understand anything. Yeah, he didn't understand anything. And that's
Okay, I'll try to call you back.
huh? Yeah, so I didn't.
Sorry,
He didn't understand anything. I was pissed off with him,
I was
and
trying to tell you to go on. I was on the phone. Sorry about that.
oh, I did. I was just saying. I stayed right here. Like
Mm-hmm.
basically, they from they don't they got credit for that. You took out an old man because that you took out a woman and an old man. You took out
Mm-hmm.
Prop Joe and that one. And to me, those was like mercy. Those is like that's like taking out a wounded animal. They already you putting them out of their misery.
Yeah, but he didn't even do that though. He didn't pull the trigger on Prop Joe.
I think it was Chris.
It was Chris. Chris stood
Mm-hmm.
behind him. He just was coaxing him to death.
Tell
Like,
him to
close your
close his eyes
eyes.
and
You know,
stuff.
like, that was probably the most compassionate I've ever seen this freaking guy. What a freaking moron, man. He shot a girl, guys, in the tits. And then the
And
other
he
person
did it
that we
with
heard
somebody
about was
else
on
like that
paper.
too.
That was on paper. We didn't see that. And I think he had put something in their mouth, right? When I say something, y'all know what I'm talking about, a hot one. I don't want to say
Yeah,
too many things.
running the mouth like how he did
Right.
the girl.
Mm-hmm. And that was it. And we don't know anything about that person. That person could have been another punk. You know, we don't know what. Okay. As far as we know, Marlo got two bodies. And one of them was a girl. Anyway, that's your gangster right there, y'all. So I wondered what I was when I was looking at this, I was wondering how Chris felt because that's his little pup, as they say. And I was wondering how he felt about the fact that his little youngin was about to get taken care of. And I
I
really
think he
would have,
felt kind of bad about it. Look at his face here.
yeah. He
Because
didn't.
he
He
was
didn't like.
like he was vouching for Mike. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he did that. He
Right.
wouldn't implicate himself. And he was
Mm-hmm.
telling him he was right.
Yeah, of course. Oh, like that. Like how you? Oh, he proved himself in the street, but maybe he a different person when he downtown. Boy, shut up.
Like you. That's
Right.
what
I'm
he
about to
should have
say.
said.
Right. I'm about to say. Are you a different person when you downtown? Like, shut up. Ugh. Now, let's see. Because are we about to go anywhere else? Oh, I don't know. Took us over here, girl. I'm sorry. Okay. So, guys, we have Jay telling McNulty to show him some progress from the homeless markings, right? From the homeless cases. But McNulty says that he's getting nowhere because the deleter stopped calling and he stopped, taking folks out. No, I admit I don't have anything. Okay. So we also see that Kima is still pissed off about what McNulty did. Still pissed off about this confession. So you already knew from the last episode that she was gonna be on something different. Everybody else was kind of doing like a guy code type of thing, and she proved that she's definitely a part of the. I don't even want to bring sex into it. She proved I'm gonna just finish my point. She proved that she's a part of the opposite sex. They had the guy code thing going on, and she was like, I'm telling.
I was
No,
kind of pissed off at her for this though,
me too. I really was.
because it
But
was
we
like
didn't. We,
just 2 seasons ago, you was right there with McNulty getting
mm,
dirty and doing stuff you wasn't supposed to be doing. Now all of a sudden you have morals because you
right,
looked through all of these files and stuff and worked
right.
the case. You cost dude his job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was. I think he was gonna lose it anyway, but
Yeah.
eventually.
Right. So Marlo orders hits. Real kingpins put in their own work, especially if they were robbed not once but twice. Exactly. Like that's when you come out and show your face. There's certain things that you be like, no, I gotta come out and show my face for this one. Oh, that's the most gang. That part is when it's real gangster right there. Like, oh shoot.
That's how Avon came out because
Mm-hmm.
they kept messing with him.
Yeah. Like I gotta show my face for this one right here. Okay. So where are we at now? So back at the Sun, right? Oh, this is what I was talking about. Whew. They're in a meeting because they're trying to put their little they're meeting about submitting Scott's work on the homeless for a Pulitzer Prize. And I just was like, wow. So this guy right here, Steven, he's in the meeting and he's looking like, I cannot freaking believe that I'm sitting through this BS right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, because he knows too, right? This is the same one that vouched for Gus and stood tall with him when against the one of the butt kisses. And so the two butt kisses are in there and they're all praising Scott, this and that and the third. And they want to submit him for a Pulitzer Prize. Scott is over there saying, "You really think this can go for a Pulitzer?" I'm like, Scott, first of all, why would you even want an award, right? Or anything, any type of reward, accolade, anything that you didn't really earn and that's based off of a lie. Like, I don't get it. There are some people like that. Duh. I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would feel weird. Like, I wouldn't want somebody like saying, "Oh, she's the Pulitzer Prize winner," blah 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 blah, knowing that it was a cheat situation going on. Like, it's just
You know,
disgusting. So
people like
anyway,
that don't mind taking credit for something that's not due to them.
right.
Like
Mm-hmm.
right with it to me.
Huh?
I said he was right with it to me, and
Yeah.
to me it seemed like the top editors or the of this that had them talking to this guy. He seemed like I think he just did that to have somebody go against Gus.
Mm. What? Wait. Who now?
This guy that remember that's the guy that stood with Gus.
Yeah. Right.
So they had to get somebody. So they got him where he could go against Gus now
Mm.
and side with them. But he's like,
Okay. Well, I hope that that's not too far because I wasn't understanding that
no,
part.
that's
So
right
um
there.
no, because
If he brought him in,
all I got was that he's in here to do the submissions for the Pulitzer, and this is what they need and all of that stuff. So I guess what are you saying? Like being a
but
part of
if
this
he,
meeting
yeah, he don't want
automatically
to be a part of that.
automatically makes you like with them. I guess I don't know.
I wouldn't say with them, but they want to give that illusion.
Mm, right, because he does have to. He's writing
Because
stuff
remember, Gus
down.
seen all of this go on. He seen them all walk back there.
Daggone shame, y'all. So now we got Gus looking through the quotes and everything. He asked Elma about Daniel's quote, which said a good day for the good guys, right? And Gus says he couldn't come with anything better than that. So Alma was like, Daniels didn't want to say anything because they took his name in vain the last time they used it. And this was when they had him backstabbing Burrell, right? And you see what's happening here. Thanks to Scott, the Sun is losing its integrity with some people. Because if that little fake quote that he put when he lied about certain things, about what's his name, backstabbing Burrell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he don't even want to talk to them. Like, I don't want to talk to the paper. Yeah, good day for the good guys. That's just that. Nothing more, nothing less. You're not gonna switch my words up. Nothing. The sad thing about it is, um, he just I didn't even remember him giving a quote to the son at all. Like I thought that it was just totally made up by Scott. Totally.
You
So,
know he be lying.
hmm so now, guys, we got Freeman who wants to celebrate. All right, and he wants to celebrate Marlo's takedown, but McNulty feels like crap. He says, "What about the Syrian okay?" And Freeman says, "Marlo is he." And I love that about this scene because it's a really good way to get over what they did. Like we really was chasing a serial K.
He
Okay, hey,
is.
them
He
23,
was.
yeah, them 23 bodies, that's a serial deleter. Like what that's what we was chasing, trying to help him get over it or whatever. But it's a good way to look at it and make yourself feel better about the situation, in my opinion. But also Chardine is mentioned, guys, okay. Which is yeah, I had spoiled that. Not a big deal, not a huge spoiler at all, but I was like, okay, yeah, she's alive, and he was ready to get some. Like, I hope she home because I am ready for some loving.
He done had a good day at work,
Uh-huh.
and he want to go home and lay it down.
He sure does. So, what else? Okay, so I thought that it was interesting how he talked about everyone else being at the conference, right? At the press conference, how he wanted Daniels wanted him to be there and all that, and he's like, I didn't want to be a part of that. And meanwhile, those guys that are up there, they're congratulating themselves on a job well done. Meanwhile, they wasn't doing anything. They didn't really play a part in it at all. It was them two doing their thing behind the scenes, right? So I just thought that was really that was something for me because I'm like, yo, we don't really know how many people are getting props for all this for these big busts and everything, and they're not even mentioned. They're probably not even at the press conferences and all of that, because there are some people that are just like, look, either I don't want to or they've been robbed of their credit, and they really love their job. Like Freeman, I'm just a real cop and I'm just doing real things out here. I don't got time to be in no freaking press conference.
No.
Hey, so anyway, so
Even McNulty didn't really like being there, but I
yeah,
think his reasons for not liking to be there was different from Freeman's, because he just didn't want to be there because he knew he was put spewing this lie.
mm-hmm. He actually has a conscience about it, which is very weird. All right, guys. So we got Snoop coming to Chris and telling. I said Snoop coming to Chris. I'm sorry. Snoop tells Michael that she needs him to help her put down Big Walter, right? And she says, no need to bring your iron. Now, I was actually going to have this as a quote, Moochie, because this right here is the thing that put Michael on the radar. Like his radar
Hmm.
went up. Like, oh, shoot. The heck she talking about? Don't bring your iron. The heck is that all about? So he's
I
like,
got something with his shade off. He knew something was up.
yes, he did. And so because of that, he starts, following her around or getting there early, so to speak, right? And I was looking at this scene, trying to examine it a little bit. We did see that this is the same corner that she said that other big wall to be on, that same cross street and everything. But then we also saw the guys going inside the board up store. So I was just like, what is going on here? But the whole point is that he was watching, and he was there, like just scoping it out, seeing what the heck was going on. And I was kind of
Was that the
wondering,
same store that Omar got taken out in?
I
Because
don't
remember
know.
that was they. I remember one of them was they stash spot, but I don't think
Yeah,
that's not the same store. I think that's the store that other guy that went away was in. You know, the one with the ring.
Andre, old
Yeah,
face.
it's like yeah, where he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, that's less sentimental value to me."
Yeah. That's what I thought. Big Wall. That's what I thought, young boy. That was Big Walter because I looked at the street, the cross streets, and I'm like,
Hmm.
is he seeing her talking to Big Walter? But at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean anything because Big Walter, she may be talking to him like everything's good. Meanwhile, later on, she plan on getting rid of him. You know what I mean? So that doesn't necessarily say much, but I guess to Michael, it did. So anyway, so let's move on. Naaman, guys, he is here. He's back. I was so glad that they showed him. This little boy then came a long freaking way. He is giving a presentation on HIV and I guess, some programs and things like that, talking about the death rate and all of that. So I was like, this is really, really awesome to see that this kid pretty much he's doing well. He made it out. Those are like his parents, of course, and they're proud. And this is in front of the mayor, you know? Carcetti comes in. Not that that makes a big freaking difference, but I'm just saying, like, this is a kid who was he was a troubled youth, right? And now he's making speeches in front of the presentations in front of the freaking mayor.
Yeah, that was a good debate. It was supposed to be a debate they was going through, but we
Oh,
only
because
saw
I ain't
his
see, yeah,
side of
because
it.
I ain't see
And
nobody
I,
else.
I thought I thought I thought it was good because he was, he liked to argue his points. They saw him do that in class, so this is like up his alley. He's a talker. He always been a talker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Oliver Spartan said what did it was the dudes hiding behind the door. That's what I thought. I thought it was them going into the boarded house because I'm like, what's up with that? They going into that house, does that mean anything? But it's like, how long they gonna be in there? Like, it's daylight. Why they couldn't do that at night? Anyway, so now we got Levy who tells Marlo that he's working on bail reviews, right? So Cheese could possibly get bail, but Chris and Marlo can't, right? So since there was no wiretap, they're using the phones and photographs to link all of them together, or everybody that had a phone. So Levy says, who knew there was a resupply? And Marlo says Snoop. So Levy was like, do you trust her? And Marlo says yes. So it seems like, everybody just trusts Snoop, which is fine. She's trustworthy. But I also think that it's just the problem with this thing right here that's so scary is that they keep saying there's a source, right? And that's making these guys automatically assume that there is a snitch, and that's not right. I don't like when cops do stuff like that because
Well, that's not even the cops. That's him, the lawyer.
no, it says it in the
Oh, the
paper.
paperwork. That's the
Yeah.
way it's written up because
I
basically
mean, that's what
that's
they
how they
gotta
gotta
say.
write it up.
Yeah. But it's making them think that there's a snitch, and unfortunately they try planning on offing people, and it's for nothing really. But whatever, what you gonna do? So anyway, guys, we got Gus, right? And he is definitely looking like he's not playing. I already said this to y'all. He's definitely doing some digging on Scott in this episode. So he talks to Nerese and he finds out that whole quote situation about the backstabbing for Burrell, that pretty much came out of nowhere. It came out of somebody's freaking behind, because according to Nerese, she was like, I would have got wind if somebody was trying to betray him or trying to come up behind him. And she said, and on top of that, after all of this hit the fan, Daniels was going around saying he didn't even want the job. So yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on here. So that's more news for him, right? What's up, pretty girl? But then he goes to the vet. He goes to the fellow vet, Terry's friend, right? The one that was so pissed off about the paper. We find out that Terry was more angry than this dude right here, and that's who the story is about, the one who lost the hands. Okay. So he would just tells him that, I think he records it, but he was like, I'm just here to verify Terry's story, right? So the vet tells Gus that Terry didn't lie, they did, right? He says that the writer got some stuff right, but on that day those things didn't happen. And when Gus was like, well, did he make it up? Would he have any reason to make something up? And the guy was like, the only time people lie about stuff that happened in combat is if he wasn't there, and he was there. Like, he has a lot of stories to tell, but this is just not one of those days. So it sounds like he was saying more happened in that day than it really did, right? What he added like some some Taliban or something like that. What
Yeah,
a
he said
jerk.
they disappeared. He said they wasn't even around once
Yeah.
the guy lost his. He said they disappeared. He said they didn't stay around, and he was just like that. That's what they do.
This freaking
So
guy is
so he
annoying.
said what line that got me the most was, if it was a fire, he's been in firefights like that, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that day.
Right. That's what I'm. Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
he
saying.
said
It
the
wasn't
way
that
he
day.
told the story was the way it happened. So that's what I like. The way he said that, that right there alone kind of solidified that Templeton's a liar.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very much
it
so. Very much
did.
so. All right, guys. So we got. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah. Freeman. This was
This was
interesting.
funny.
Yeah. First of all, wow, this guy Levy is something else. But Freeman, he meets with Clay again, and Clay gave up a lot of information. He tells Lester that Levy is a little criminal himself, okay, and he be using them drug deals to get paid. So Levy was also part of the reason, not all of the reason, but he was part of the reason why Clay was able to rip Stringer Bell off, okay,
Mm-hmm.
because Levy was saying, not Levy, Clay was saying that Levy will let you, milk his guys for a little bit. He'll let you get a little taste, but he'll stop you from going too much. But I guess with String, he was able to Clay was able to get String to a place where I guess he trusted him enough not to have Levy look over the paperwork. So that's how he was able to just totally bleed his behind.
He said, I bled. When he said that, I was like,
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
like, damn, if Stringer only knew. And he wanted to take him out. Remember, he was trying to get
Get Slim to do it.
Slim to do it, and Avon
Avon was
taught
like,
that.
nah, that's you a
Yeah,
businessman, right? Like you trying to bring the
yeah.
street to the freaking business like side. Like, no, that's
Mm-hmm.
not what you do. You're a businessman, handle your freaking business. So,
Exactly.
yeah. So when he said Bell, he said, I remember this time somebody named Bell, and he shot his eyes up. Did you see that part?
Mm-hmm.
He had his head down. Lester, he had his head down. As soon as he
That
said
was
Bell,
like,
he shot his eyes up.
but now we know
Like,
how he was getting all of those properties and all of that
yeah.
other stuff. But he was like, I bled that sucker.
Uh-huh. So here we go. Yeah, I mean, Stringer knows now. I said now he's dead, but before he died, he knew he found out. That's
Oh
why he
yeah,
wanted to
he
kill him.
found out. That's yeah.
But so we find out that Levy has someone in the courthouse. Remember they said that they got like a traitor kind of in the courthouse. Levy
Mm-hmm.
has that person, and he buys the paperwork and he sells them. And so this is the same kind of paper that Prop Joe had. So now we see how Prop Joe got those papers. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. So this freaking dude, Levy, I don't know, man. Anyway, now we're gonna get to Kima, y'all. So she goes and tells Carver. So she's kind of like warning him, basically warning him without him really knowing what's going on. She tells him to coach his crew right and prep them good for answers when IID comes. Okay. She also asked Carver if he was okay with speaking up against Coligio. And Carver said he felt like crap, but he's fine with it. Did you want
He
to say
said
anything
he
about
said
this?
he was really off though, Coligio. He was
Yeah.
like he's like he was too off.
Mm-hmm.
At first he did, but he knew it was the right thing to do.
Yep.
So I think she's on that same thing too. But I kind of feel different about this situation.
Yeah, me too. I kind of feel like if it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? And these crooks, they're a bunch of crooks anyway. The mayor, all of them is a bunch of crooks. So if he used like a whole bunch of manpower or got some extra stuff out of the deal, some extra money and out of the during budget cuts, I'm sorry, he got some extra money out the deal. So what? Shoot. I don't really see. I know that it's probably, it's unethical, but at the end of the day, they had them guys out there working and stuff, and they wasn't even fighting crime at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So please, all right, y'all, we're gonna move on. So now we see that Bubbles, Reginald actually, Bubbles finally talks about Sherrod as he celebrates being 1 year clean. I was so proud of him.
Me
Now I
too.
wasn't happy that his sister didn't show up though. Okay, so
She still don't. She still thinks.
yeah,
Let me
he
see
and
him
he
do a
knows what
little
it
more,
is.
and he knows she still don't have. She hasn't. He hasn't earned all of her trust.
Right. But it would
Still
be
got a
nice
little
to
work.
it would have been
And
nice
he's
to
trying
support,
though.
huh?
I say she's trying though, but
Yeah.
she probably seen this happen before. Cause remember she said he was staying there before and he stole all her
Mm,
silverware and all that other stuff. So she
yeah.
been down this road with him before, and she want to make sure that he's really doing a person of his word this time, doing what he's
Hmm.
saying he's gonna do. And he's
Yeah.
been doing okay, and she sees it, but she still want to keep feed him with a long spoon, so to say.
Right. I get it. But I still felt bad for him. So,
Me too, I did.
yeah. No, well, the funny part was when the lady, when he was saying that how, he almost wanted to use the other day. He couldn't call his sponsor and he called some other numbers. They didn't pick up with this and that. And she was like, "You ain't call me because I would have got up with you." I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you can go flirting during this time. Go ahead, girl, get you a man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he was like,
Your
obliged.
little, your little junkie boyfriend. Look, your little junkie boy.
Uh-huh. But anyway, it's just that um the whole point of his, him saying all that is to say I didn't use. And I was like, yay, just because, he's like, I wouldn't have got that high that I was chasing. And I know that. I'm chasing a certain high, but it wouldn't have been fulfilled, that certain feeling. What's up, support gaming? So mad I'm just now getting this notification. I have the notification settings on. Sorry.
Mm.
I hope that it works out next time. All right. So we got Kima and she goes to Daniel's office and tells him what's going on with McNulty. All right. Before we move on with this next um scene, if you want to go ahead and talk about how Daniels went and told Rhonda and they went down to that place and down to the where they keep the evidence and all of that to track the phone, call the number and all that. If you want to talk about that,
Them
you can.
discovering that phone, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they knew it, but they just didn't want it to be true. But then
Right.
once it was confirmed, it was just like, dang, this case don't look good at all. This looks like we got egg on our face.
Yeah, and she's
This
like,
can't come out.
yeah, and she was like, he wouldn't dare. Yeah, he did, child.
Mm-hmm.
He dared. So let's move on. Thanks to Kima, freaking idiot. So we get to Michael, guys,
Mm.
and Snoop picks him up, and right away he asks for his gun. So Snoop says that she'll give it to him when they get where they're going, and then that's when Michael he starts asking why they're doing Big Walter. Like, how y'all even know he's behind everybody getting jacked up? Or, I mean, sorry, getting jacked, whatever he said, right? And then he said, y'all even wonder if he deserves it. And that's when you get the quote of the episode. And she's like, deserve ain't got nothing to do with it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's when he's like, hi, I'm done talking. He tells Snoop to pull over. All right. And they go to an alley. He says that he has to piss. And she says, "Oh, you smart, right? You always been smart, all that crap." Because when she pulls into the alleyway, he pulls out his toasty, okay? And she's like, "You a smart ninja. How did you know?" And Mike says, "Y'all taught me to get there early." Then Michael says, "What did I do wrong?" So Snoop says, "Chris is locked up behind something that he did for you, and you downtown with the police." And he was like, I ain't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? And she said, yeah, that's what you say, but you be it's how you carry yourself and all of this. And this is
Mm.
what I was talking about with
She was
her.
so
And it
mean.
began, yeah, this is what I was talking about with her with the other dude. How it's like she's adding her own little 2 cents.
Opinions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's saying stuff like, you always asking questions and and not doing what instead of doing what you told and everything, you was never one of us and all of this. And
When
that is
she said
not why
that, I
he's
was like,
being deleted.
wow.
Yeah, that's not why they was going to murk him.
She don't even know why.
Yeah, it's just because of the fact that this is the order that you gave. I mean, that you were given. They probably told her a little something, something that maybe because he might be chatting a little bit. The whole police situation going down to the the why can't I say what the heck it's called, the precinct, going down to
Mm-hmm.
the station, the precinct, whatever. And so listen. That's it. Nobody asked you to say anything else. But even while he was talking, you saw how annoyed she was getting. She actually closed her eyes while she was driving, like, oh my gosh, because he was asking questions like, did why do you even think Walter deserves this? She just hates that about him, and she don't like the fact that he's asking questions. But you see, these are the type of people like her that Marlo has under his rule. Folks that don't ask no freaking questions. But these are dummies though, at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start asking questions, that's how you know you can't really be a soldier for nobody like that, for real. Because you're gonna question things that don't make sense. And a lot of stuff didn't make sense. And Michael saw that every time. So she had a problem with the fact that somebody else, oh, you was never one of us and all of that stuff. You never could be. So he was like, you know what? I'm done talking with this. So we just gonna, what do you do? He cocked that hammer like, no more talking. As soon as she said, you were never one of us. You never could be.
You
He
was
was like,
never
all right.
one of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, okay, no problem. So he did, did what he had to do, pulled it back. And she was like, that's what she looked in the mirror, told me how my hair looked, Mike. You look good, girl. I was like, I actually liked the way she went out, even though she
Me
got on my
too.
nerves.
She knew once the jig was up,
Yeah.
she accepted her fate. So
Hmm.
yeah, she went out like a G.
She did. She did, Like, ain't no need to be sitting here talking, saying nothing extra, I guess, because he was like, we're not going to keep talking. So, and that was that. Later over there, who that bigger through my window? Bow. Nobody now.
Nobody there.
Moochie, what do you have to say about this scene? Snoop is
This,
gone. Good riddance.
I was glad. Good riddance.
Hmm.
I'm worried, but at this point, I'm like, yo, I'm worried about Michael now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking somebody else gonna come at. I'm worried about him. Like, what's this kid gonna do? Because now, you know, he done took out an intricate part of Marlo's crew. Now, the only free one that's out there now on the street that he could rely on.
Mm. That, you know what? Phew, this was scary. Listen, I remember when I first saw this, and I was so happy for Mike. Like, yes, he did it first. Mm-mm-mm. That was the first time Snoop seemed feminine. How my hair look. What's right? Gotta make sure my hair look good. All right, y'all. So I don't know about how I feel about this. I don't feel good about it. But don't confirm. Don't right, Moochie? Don't confirm.
I'm staying right
So
here. I'm going what?
her, we only have one episode left, guys. So everything is gonna be revealed next week. Okay. Yes. So Herc tells Levy that he's been hearing off the record that it was a wiretap that was used to get Marlo and his crew, but he has no idea where he got the number from. Of course, that's a lie. We know that Herc gave Carver the number, right? But the thing that scares me is that you can see Levy's wheels turning, in his head, because he's a freaking lawyer, and obviously, if this was all this information was obtained illegally, they're going to be able to throw all of this out. And so I'm very, very freaking afraid that I'm just afraid that he told him that. I don't think that that Herc should have did it. I just think it was stupid. Like, especially if you used to be an officer, like, why are you going back and exchanging any information? Like, oh my gosh, I don't know, Moochie, but I mean, we could leave it alone unless you wanted to say anything about that part. But
Well, he did break down. Well, look, they needed the overtime. They wasn't
yeah,
paying him. They had that conversation where I believe he told him to leave me too much right there.
right, exactly.
But
And he
he's
said,
like, look, they got rid of me, so he don't care.
yeah,
Not
he's
like
a
that.
freaking douche, douchendorf. So now we got Michael who's rushing, guys. He rushed home and he's like, yo, first of all, I always remember this scene, and this is it's so funny because he came in the house rushing in, and that's when Dookie was like, yo, you ever watch Dexter? It's about this serial deleter that be deleting other serial. He be taking out other serial murderers. I was like, he over here talking about Dexter. I don't know why that was the one that stayed with me the most out of 20 years. That was the thing that stayed with me for some
Because
reason.
that's when Dexter was on. Dexter was
Right.
on with this too.
And the crazy thing is, I never watched it, but guess what? I always knew what it was about because of Dookie. So anytime that y'all,
Wow.
yeah, so anytime that y'all would talk about Dexter, I knew what it was about just from that one little, like he used one line to describe the show, which makes you interested. That's the crazy part. One line to
Mm-hmm.
make something interesting. So anyway, that's what they teach you about when you try to like shop around your movie or your a show or something like that. You have to be able to use a one line to kind of draw people in. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot what it's called, but anyway. So guys, um yeah, this is a sad scene, of course. And so he's telling them, listen, let's go. He rushes home, tells Doogie and Bug that they gotta go now. So he drops Bug off to his aunt Carla's house with some money, of course, and he drops Doogie off to the guy that he's been collecting scraps with, right? And
Yeah.
so you can talk about the scene when we come back to. I'm just trying to conclude real
Why
quick.
you what? He was like,
So
why you want to go there? They, you know what they do there.
right. So Michael, he wanted to know why Dookie wanted to mix with their kind because Michael knows what they be doing, and Dookie says, "Oh, they give me work, right?" Um, and before you say anything, Moochie, because he was like, Dookie was like, "Okay, well, I'll just stay and I'll hang with you," and he was like, "Nah, I'm too hot or whatever." And I'm just like, "Well, why couldn't he stay with him?" I understand. I know that Michael was trying to protect him, but it was like, come on, right?
You know
But I
why?
feel like,
Because if they catch him by himself, it could go bad. And he
oh,
knew that he was a weakling.
he's weak. Yeah, I already
So
know
he
it.
know, look, I can't, you can't come with me.
Yeah.
Because if something happened, I don't want to be responsible for you like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I could understand why he did what he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's kind of like it's also him protecting him as well,
Hmm.
Um, so but this right here, this was throwing him to the wolves. Still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
In
know, but
another way,
I mean, it
just
was,
sad.
I just wish he could have went somewhere else.
Yeah, it's really
And I was
sad.
just like, Dad, he done he was doing so good just staying there with Michael at that place.
Yeah,
And
don't
as long
don't
as
put
he
no
has some,
spoilers in, young boy,
I'm not
please. Moochie, you gotta watch the chat. I'm about to get out the chat right now because folks trying to wild out right now. Always got to be somebody, I swear. So we've been doing good too for these last few episodes. And somebody got to come ruin something for a sister. Anyway, so I think that it was sad that Michael didn't remember the balloon fight against the Terrace Boys. Because it's like he done been through so much with, this street gang. Even though it's not a gang, but you know what I mean. He been through so much with them that it's like he can't even remember the good times or just something
no,
fun. Even though the balloon stuff, the piss balloons, that wasn't really fun, but it kind of was. He got jumped and everything, but it was still a memory, right? That's a memory that you should have as a kid when you grow up and you talk about it with your boys and everything. You know what I mean? But that's
right.
sad.
I feel like he had a lot coming at him then. You had
Hmm.
you had the boyfriend come back, the mother's boyfriend, because he
Hmm.
was really stressed out then.
Yeah, that's true.
He's basically being a father to his little brother, taking him to school, making sure he do his homework, making sure he eat. So that's a lot for a kid to handle.
Yeah, it is. It's sad. I felt, this kid is just sad, guys. But that's pretty much that. Moochie, did you want to say anything else about, anything? Of course, him and his brother, he told his brother don't cry and all that, be a man, all that, but
I
he
just
had to hold back his tears.
the part I felt bad for Dookie. I felt bad for Dookie because it was like you once you watch him go through that gate, you gonna worry about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. Well, young boy said that's not a spoiler. All right.
Oh, it's going now, so we good.
When we come back, we shall see, young boy. And I'll apologize if it's not, but I don't think that's true. All right. Anyway, so Moochie, we are done. Season 5, episode 9. We are finished, guys. Episode 10 coming next week. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to expect, really. But I'm nervous for some reason. The
Me
shy's been
too.
over for how many years? And I'm nervous. 25 years, 26. I'm nervous. Sorry for the eating and the snacking, folks. But I had to eat. So what you got going on, Moochie, before we get out of here?
Okay, I got tomorrow we will be doing the first part of Bobby Brown's
Oh, you going into that?
BET series. We're doing that tomorrow at 9. I do have a timeline video coming out explaining the timeline between Force and Power Book 2.
Oh, that's good.
Uh that's I'm giving you a breakdown of that, and then my trailer breakdowns is coming out.
Oh, that's
And we
good.
back on the wheel again. Then that's all I can say.
Support
Monday
things
to
that you've been.
Shine. Look,
I'm sorry.
yes,
Oh, you say
since
you've been
season
reviewing
1.
for 2 years? Probably. Shoot, it's been a while.
Yeah, we started. This is one of our first projects we started doing as a collab. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we've been doing it for a while, guys. It would have been done by now, but yeah.
Life happens.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so freaking much.
People snatching
Whatever.
it. You want some? That's what
You
I
don't
have.
want. First of all,
Pistachios.
first of all, young boy, you don't want what I have. I'm sure. This is a freaking kind bar. It's probably not even that good to y'all.
I have pistachios.
I'm trying to see. She got a healthy snack and I got a healthy snack, so it's not like it's healthy. I mean,
And my water.
it's not like it's yummy, but it's good enough for me. So sorry that you could not have any.
You was dragging it.
So
Here
what?
you
I got things to
go.
do in my life, man. All right. And guess what? Anybody that didn't want to stay around for that long, right? Guess what? You could
What's next?
catch the
Oz or
replay.
Sopranos? It's supposed to be Sopranos next.
Yeah. Well, for me, what's next is Breaking Bad. And for as far as HBO goes, it's Boardwalk Empire. That's what's next for me. Moochie was supposed to do The Sopranos. I couldn't handle Oz, y'all. I don't like stuff that's shows like prison. I don't like it. The only reason why I watched Orange Is the New Black is because they actually showed like flashbacks where you were outside and stuff like that. Because other than that, I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, they only do that with Oz when they first show the beginning of how, like, when they basically start to talk about a character and they introduce them, they show how they got in there. And then that's that. After that, you don't really see much.
Yeah, it's just inside, right? I can't do that. My mind, like, I gotta see other things, y'all. Can't do it. So yeah, but that's what's next for me. I don't know when Boardwalk Empire is coming, but I gotta get through freaking Breaking Bad first. I'm probably gonna do videos of Breaking Bad, and then like on crazy episodes go live. I'm gonna try to get through that faster, but I just don't know when I'm gonna start that. And then yeah, maybe Moochie can come on live if she wants. But it's just a lot of work, so I'm gonna take my time and do whatever I have to do. I might have to come during another draft. I said a draft. What am I trying to say? Drought. Another drought.
Because the strike is still on. You think the strike?
It's time to go to bed.
You think the strike's gonna end soon?
I don't even know, and I'm not too sure if I care. And I'm not saying that mean. I'm just
They was
saying, like,
talking to the guy from Breaking Bad. He
it's
was
so
saying he
much.
don't get paid for when they stream it on Netflix.
Oh my goodness, that's a
Yup.
shame.
The actual guy, they was talking to him and he was like, I don't get paid for that. And he was breaking it
Wow.
down like how this is not how it's not right. And I dig
Yeah.
it. And then they want to talk about bringing AI into.
Oh, come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. They should try anything to get rid of like paying people, and keeping the money. Like, oh, I can't. But when
Hmm.
I say I don't care, I don't mean that I want the actors and the writers and everybody to get their money. But I'm talking about personally, like I'm not keeping up with it because it's just a lot, you
Right.
know? So if there's a drought again, I would just review an old show until that happens. But
Right.
we'll see. All right, guys. So catch me on Friday night, midnight, when we talk about The Shy. Okay. And then back again Sunday. Of course, I'm going to drop a video of episode number 2 for Force. And then we'll be back again on Sunday to talk about our favorite moments, least favorite moments, and scratching my head moments for Force as well. Okay, guys. And then we're back next week for the finale, The Wire.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. We're gonna see what we can do. Well, we're gonna most likely go through that regular, but then the following week we'll do like a follow-up where we'll talk about like our favorite moments or something like that of The Wire. So this way we're not totally done with it. But as far as my playlist goes, I want to keep it all, regular, just just have it as a regular recap so that we're not doing all this stuff. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming. You guys have a wonderful and safe night. I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Take care and be blessed. Bye bye.